Right, everyone, welcome to the Sim Racing Show Live. I forgot what we were called. We had a name for it that we
It's
forgot.
been a while.
Yeah. It's been a while. We've been in Germany. Moore's already coming in with the questions. This cable's a bit late, isn't it? In Project Motor Racing, was there a radar or did they use spotter and engineer? We only did single cars on track, so we could kind of dial in the handling. I noticed an engineer when I came out of the pits, but other than that, I didn't hear someone saying.
No, so they had a track map.
Yeah,
They definitely had a track map, but I don't remember there being a spotter. But also, to answer the other question as well, definitely there was other views as well, because I accidentally misclicked the button and went to third person.
Yeah, we drove in third person for a bit. Can I have your Peugeot? Definitely not happening. But Project Motor Racing, I was surprised actually, now I think about it, not to hear from the engineer, because we were so confused about the tyres. One time I cooked them to 150 degrees. I think it would have been good. The engineer's like, oh, you cook your tyres, cool them down. That
Crew chief type thing.
Yeah.
Calm down, you're a bit out of control, Kireth.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the handling. If you remember when we drove it, I don't know if you feel the same way, but there was a very light sensation on the wheel sometimes when you turned in. So
it almost, what you're saying is like almost as soon as you turn the wheel, it dials straight in.
So if you think on iRacing, when you do a hairpin in iRacing, the steering gets really heavy. And I've been reviewing the Moser base, going to come out tomorrow, and when you because it's so powerful, that it's something you can control at high speed, but when you go around a hairpin, I'm like, oh, I'm tensing.
Yeah.
And I don't have that fine motor control. In Project Motor Racing, it felt the complete opposite, that when you turn in, it got light. And I think that's the influence from people like Ben Collins and their advisors. That's like when you turn in a real car, you don't get all that load.
Yeah.
And that does make sense.
I mean, that's one of the things which me and Nathan mentioned, isn't it? When we were walking around the sim show.
Yeah.
Everyone's dialing up the force feedback so high, but in real race cars, you've got power steering.
Yeah. I think it's
the feedbacks never needs to be that high.
You've driven the Ginettas. I've driven the Ferrari. It's like, the way I was conceptualizing it in my review is that I feel like, let me know if you agree or disagree, and let us know in the chat. I feel like when you turn a wheel in a car like that, in a race car with power steering, you can always turn the wheel a bit more. It's not going to stop you.
Yeah.
But then either the TC is going to kick in, or
stability control,
you might push the back end around, but you're not physically hindered from turning the wheel more.
Yeah.
Whereas what happens in the sim is that if you think when we turn, we get that nice resistance, and then it's a nice resistance because the more we turn it, we're getting more resistance. Yeah. And I think I
think that might be something which has to be implemented just to get you some realism, maybe to.
Yeah. So let us know what you think about it in chat already. Thanks, Kip, as well, for the 38 months membership with the livery in there. Hoping to do some GT7 streams again soon. Maybe some leagues as well. Would love to kick that off. Livery project as well. Big plans. As of next week, I should be having a lot more free time actually to do this, which is really exciting. Welcome Phantom as well. He's been doing a load of the edits coming out. But what do you guys think about what we're saying there in terms of force feedback? Because so to answer your question from my perspective, because in a real car, let's say you're going around a fast corner, and we know this from karting as well, you turn in, what happens? You get pushed in the seat like this.
That's kind of what I think they're trying to implement with the force.
And I think this might be the disconnect that real world drivers have with sim racing. They're like, I can't. Is that light really bright, by the way?
Yes.
Do we need this light? I just looked at it. Why is this light so bright?
There's a gnarly old shadow.
Has anyone noticed a new addition in the studio as well?
No, because something's covering it.
Yeah. Burning, have you heard about the partnership with Moser and Mercedes? Well, we had a long chat with the main licensing dude at Mercedes. He's now, I would classify a mate.
I would class him as a close family friend to you.
A close acquaintance. So if people want to see stuff with Mercedes, we're the right people to ask. Welcome, Smet Choco. What do you think about THRUSTMASTER low setup upgrade? I think it's great. We've got a couple of videos to come out on it.
Yeah.
Looks great. Love what they're doing. €140.
Looks really efficient. Good price range for what it actually is. Probably gets you covered for that range of wheelbase and wheel.
Interestingly, they're coming with a wider hill plate. They're saying it's because not everyone's going to want to do it. I think it's an admission they should have just had a wider faceplate,
But then I do like the option of 2 because I don't run a clutch anyway.
But still, you can have
the smaller
yeah.
one. I do like the option of having the smaller one with just throttle and the load cell.
Yeah.
Why do I need a massive wide base?
That's true, but you don't have a choice because you're going to buy the load cell. It's going to come with that big plate.
Yeah.
But then
if I've got the load cell,
yeah.
I might as well just put it on the small base.
Yeah, but you can't because when you buy the load cell...
where am I getting the throttle from? The throttle's going to have a base.
No, so at the moment, you can only get... I don't know how to explain this. So right now, to get the throttle, there's only 2 ways of getting the throttle. Yeah. One in the T598 bundle, or buying the Raceline pedals on their own.
But do they come with a footplate?
They both come with a narrow footplate and a non-load cell.
Yeah, so the narrow footplate.
Yeah.
When I buy the load cell,
yeah.
I don't use a big plate. I just put it on the narrow.
But then someone's wasted money on the big plate.
Yeah, I think a lot of people.
I think they should have just started with a big plate because you can still do what you want to do on the big plate.
Yeah, it just takes up more room.
So they said to us like, oh, different ways of doing it, but I think they should just start with a big plate. Welcome, McGurkin. Good to see you. Please tell me that PMR gives better feedback than GT7. I mean, our experience was not. I don't think we had the best force feedback experience on Project Metro Racing.
No, I mean, I had a word with some of the engineers, the developers, while we're there. That was okay. It seemed like they were actually listening to what I felt when I spoke to them. They were listening to what I was saying. Whether it just went, who knows? But to me, it felt like they actually took note of what I said.
Yeah.
So that's always nice to hear from, like, seeing developers actually taking in.
I think our chats with the developers, like, they're quite hardcore. They're not going to go like, how can we make this easier? They're like, oh, that seems an unusual result for our physics.
Yeah.
Let's look at the physics. It's almost like, in a math sense, it's like that answer's a bit weird. Let's look at the equation, not just let's just change the answer.
Yeah. Let's see why you're getting that answer.
Yeah.
Not, let's just make this up so it
Whereas
works.
maybe in Gran Turismo there might be a bit more streetwise, like, well, let's just make it nice to drive.
Yeah.
We don't really care how.
Plus, you've got way more experience.
Yeah. How was Aesthetical's Evo 0.4? I drove it a little bit. I didn't drive it too much. I drove it on the IMSIM one. I'm not sure you drove much Evo.
No, I just drove the rally.
Yeah. But I was driving Evo here last night. I had a great experience on Evo here in the Alpine. So, yeah, I'm really optimistic for Evo, actually. G7 should release on PC. Yeah, but it'll never happen. Has Fantech got a date for the Black Friday sales? No, but what are you hoping for, Sam, to see Black Friday sales? Because Fanatec have messed up in the past.
I mean, just a solid discount code which will work on everything. Not just it'll only work on this low-end wheel.
They always seem to discount weird combinations.
Yeah, just a nice... Doesn't have to be anything amazing. Like, I don't know, people's different
10,
things.
15%?
10-15% across the range.
Yeah.
Not on this McLaren wheel which we stopped making 5 years and we're trying to clear away stock.
Yeah.
It should just be a straight up across the whole
I think
board.
it's a big one for Fanatec this year. I don't think they can afford to mess it up. Logitech RS50, they have been contacted. They have replied back with their details, so I'm passing it on to Logitech G. So that has been claimed. So congratulations to them. I can't remember what platform they chose. How would you compare PMR handling to GT7? To
disconnected.
Me, yeah, very different. Yeah.
That's how I would describe it. Disconnected.
Disconnected, but it might be that when you buy the game, you're like, right, okay, I've got to dial in the setup here. I've got to.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously were all just on one stock setup, but the way I would describe it, as we've discussed over our time there, since we got back to England, very disconnected, front and rear.
I don't think I've ever had an experience like that on GT7.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think it's possible.
Some people said to me like, "Oh, it looks like you're driving on the wet in slicks." I was like, "No, it's not like that." Because at high speed, it was very, just generally understeery, but there was no like, it was. It's kind of at low for me. Is at low speed.
Mid to low.
Yeah.
Mid to lows where I mean, I only drove it around the Silverstone track and.
It could have been a wheel rotation issue because we didn't actually see the wheel in the car. So, essentially, trucking section of sim racing. Well, sim racing show today. I talked about. Euro Truck Simulator 2 are up, completely refreshing their UK map.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would love. I mean, nothing stops us. Next time on this show, we can clamp a wheel here and we can be trucking while we're doing it.
I was going to say the truck. You have the truck room as well.
Yeah. I've got the motor truck rim. I mean, to be honest, any circular rim.
Yeah, but if you're going to do it properly.
Yeah. So nothing stops us. We can do that. If these streams are fun for you guys, we can do it. Rodman, do you think Logitech will bring out a wheelbase stronger than Logitech? I asked a dude at Logitech, and he wasn't that. I think why would they try and compete higher? That's
not their market.
It's just going to be weak for them.
It's not the market they're aiming for.
Yeah. Welcome Black as well. Good evening. Indeed. Or the new Fantech base and pedals look awesome, but I think the pricing will be very high. I really like them. I definitely wouldn't get those heel plate Formula One, so not for me.
But they did look cool.
Yeah. Which ones would you get? Those ones or the non-cup ones?
If money was no object for me, I'd go for the ones with like the Formula One cups and the things, just because I think they look really cool.
Mm-hmm. They do look cool.
They look really good. I mean, for my ability, no matter which pedals I'm on, I'm still going to crash.
So I can't quite work out those pedals because the main feature, I think, let me disagree. I think the main feature of the podium pedals is the adjustability of the elastometers and opening. How many times are you going to do that?
You're going to set it up once.
Yeah.
When you put it on your rig,
yeah,
you'll do it once. You're like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I want to change this a little bit. You'll do it one more time,
yeah,
and that's it.
Am I even going to, if I'm jumping in a F4 and I've just done a GT3, am I going to change it? No. If I'm on Gran Turismo and I'm doing different daily races, am I going to change it? No. Not the way I set up my rigs and how it's basically impossible to access it.
Yeah.
So that I don't. They've done a big focus on that because I guess that's a unique thing for them, and I think it shows. And we saw this when we reviewed the Wave Italy pedals. We were like, these pedals are great, but there's no gimmicks there. There's nothing. They're just great pedals, and I think that's difficult for brands to do that because, you know, like the the pricing is so competitive on those.
Yeah.
How can you justify £2,000 pedals over that if they're the same technology?
Yeah, exactly. It's just everything was a little bit beefier.
Are those my V3s? That's my V3s are.
I can't see because of the light. Yes, your V3s are there.
V3s are there.
I'm actually having a look at that. Look at that.
Oh, I looked at it again. Welcome, Olio Supreme. Did you try the Full Force? So I don't know. I'm not sure if Full Force was working when we were on Project Motor Racing.
We have no idea.
Yeah. I know it was working in iRacing because I could tell when I did it in iRacing. I'm not sure that video's come out yet. But I'm not sure in Project Motor Racing. If Project Motor Racing has Full Force, I'd be very surprised if it doesn't have True Force. That's a great question though, because if Project Motor Racing only has Full Force and not True Force, and it's some kind of exclusivity, I don't think that's a good thing for sim racing. You know how games sometimes come out on only Xbox or PlayStation?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Gran Turismo?
No, not Gran Turismo. Stuff like, you know, GTA used to come out on PlayStation first.
Okay.
And like Tomb Raider used to come out on Xbox first and stuff like that. I don't think it would be good if Fanatec had paid Project Motor Racing like 250k and say like you are going to be exclusive Full Force for a year.
Yeah.
So I'll keeping an eye on that and I'll call that out if it happens. Do you know if the Logitech wheels are compatible with Dark Souls? You can do it, but it's very difficult. You can use it as a controller. Welcome, Bilbo. Kurt, looking forward to trying a bit of iRacing. Yeah, I mean, so on Project Motor Racing, I think it's Talk of the Town. I think it's the video we recorded at the expo that's got the most views.
I'm sorry, everyone, but you might see my stomach, so I apologise.
You going to turn off this light?
No, I was just going to take a jump. It's hot.
That
light.
This is like being interrogated. I'm not going to give you the name.
Who killed the president? I don't know.
How can we show how bright this light is?
I mean...
Is the Moser Ultra True Torque their version of True Force or Full Force? I don't think so, because my review will come out tomorrow. Not sure what I can say or what I can't say, but I'll just say in iRacing it doesn't show as compatible for LFE, which is what my Fanatec shows. So I'm not sure. Thrustmaster low tail pedal release date, they just said 2026. Have you been able to get your hands on the load cell? Yes. Well, we tried it in Germany. We don't have a review.
We held it in our hands.
Yeah. They.
Do you want me to sort that out?
Well, I don't know actually. What do you think now? Do you think
I can do that and dim the light as I walk past.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't mind. Let's see what happens when this light turns on.
Everyone's gonna get quite shocked.
This is also the first stream. Well, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the stream as well in the forums. One of them says on off. Welcome full circle as well. You got to hold it though. Ah, nice. Actually, do you want to turn it on, and then we'll just lower it? Now it looks a bit, it's like dead. If you turn the dial, there's only one dial. Then one of them.
That's changing the colour, white, yellow.
Okay. Yeah, and just dial it. What happened with AliExpress? I want to do a full AliExpress build.
We discussed that.
Yeah, I want to do.
Better.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's nice and softer. Yeah.
We actually discussed that 2 or 3 nights ago, didn't we?
Yeah, I want to do a full AliExpress build. Show wheelbase, rim, shifter, pedals, and probably rig as well.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Douglas, are we still left? We know other racing games on. I can't get into this comment.
Sure.
Mr. D. Douglas.
Are we still left? We know other racing games on PS5 having VR or racing. Once you go PSR V2, it's very hard to come back to flat screen.
I don't think any other racing games are going to come out on PSVR 2. I've said this since day one. I think it's very difficult to develop for it, and I think GT7 have done kind of wizardry. So enjoy it, basically. What's your dream sim setup? Just one that just works. Honestly, I would take convenience and reliability over ultimate power and stuff. I think I would have active pedals on it though. Lee's had some disconnects with the RS50. Well, let us know if that continues, because we saw with the T598 it developed disconnects. Simon's, here we go. Simon's about to drop a shed load of money on Timuka active pedals. Am I doing the right thing? Well, I hadn't read your comment before I said it, but I think they are Endgame pedals. I'm surprised in 2 years nothing's really come out. We've got the Moser and Booster, but I don't really see many people talking about it. I'm not sure it has.
I've never even used it.
Yeah, I'm not sure it has great availability, but 100% not a gimmick. 100%.
To be fair, I've had the conversation with many people who do sim racing. They are great pedals. Won't be disappointed. Rather financial advice.
Have a look at our review video we did when we unboxed them. If you, in fact, Simon, you're going to drop a lot of money on them, so I would really recommend you do this. We did 3 videos. 1, we unboxed them. 2, we built them, and 3, we drove on them. So find them on the channel and watch them in that order, because completely unbiased. There's 3 of us. We just tell you how it is. Mm-hmm. And I think it's when we went on it, we were all like, "Oh, we can just hit our braking marker." So yeah, I think they are in-game stuff. Do you think Project Motor Racing is going to be bigger than ACC?
No.
No.
It's my personal opinion.
I don't know. ACC never got big on console. So if Project Motor Racing gets big on console,
yeah,
I think Project Motor Racing is going to struggle more on PC, because you're going to be like, well, why would I get LME? Or...
Yeah, I mean, it's only, for me, a viable option if you've only got console. I don't know why you would consider it on PC personally. Console-wise, though,
fresh, something new.
Yeah, it's a new game. A lot of people are going to
drive new cars, new circuits, drive Sebring on PlayStation, Northampton for PlayStation.
But yeah, I can say for console. If you've got console, go for it. I can't see why you would with PC though.
Your current favourite VR headset for iRacing and why? Probably still Pimax Crystal Lite, because if you can get 120 Hz working on that, it's amazing. I have used a big screen beyond as well, which is also very good. I think I'd still go Pimax Crystal Lite. I go for that over the Super, so I think you need a 5090 really to run the Super. It's still easier for me to run the Pimax Crystal Lite. Yeah, crossplay with Spec 3 update of G7 coming, with improvements to online racing. Do you think they'll bring back shuffle races? I think GT7 are going to have to pull out some stops here, because there's more competition. So Spec 3, Yas Marina coming, Montreal coming.
Going back to Moore's question, I didn't even cross my mind to ask him. Can't imagine there's going to be crossplay. Between consoles and PC?
I think there is.
I can understand between Xbox and PlayStation.
You'll be playing people on controller.
Yeah, I can't.
It's like Battlefield.
We'll have that thing where super low latency.
Yeah.
It's better. A little bit of auto aim.
Yeah, I'll be making the videos on that. Which DD was powerful enough to fully toast your Sim Expo cheese sandwich? We did have ham and cheese sandwiches every day. You had salami and cheese.
German peppered salami and cheese.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, we could just eat when we wanted because there was every day we were pretty much back to back. But there was one day where we were literally I didn't eat. I think the last day I didn't eat all day.
And I only ate because you were doing something.
Yeah.
Oh no, because we had
interview.
that interview with D-Box.
Yeah.
And I had the tripod set up. I didn't have to hold a camera.
Yeah.
So I just sat down on the floor and ate
Yeah.
my German pepper salami cheese sandwich.
But there were times I got it out because I was like, I might be able to get a bite, and then I'm doing something, so I can't. Put it back in. Lucidified. Shall I get the Moser R9, V3, CSVTP, and SRP? So you're going for Moser R9. I mean, that's pretty. If you can get CRPs, or CRP2s, they're not Endgame pedals, but you're like, that's nice.
They're solid.
You're ready for M Booster as well. So that's the one I'd be like, can you get CRP2s over SRPs? But the R9, you're using the R9, aren't you?
I use the
R9 absolutely fine. CSVTP is a really nice wheel. One of the better all-rounder wheels. If you get the CRPs, I think they may come with a clutch as well. So.
But also, if you're getting a clutch, that means you're going to need to get a
manual
shifter.
Yeah, which Moser do the H pattern.
She's not going to use the clutch and paddles.
But pretty good. You're in Moser's ecosystem. You can therefore get the new rims and stuff like that. Just scroll down. I missed loads of comments again. Yes.
Not bad.
Welcome, Yanis. Thanks for subscribing, Mustang Drifter. Hello, coming from a G923. I have to say I'm very pleased with RS50. Only thing is the right rotation knob is too sensitive. I think you're right, actually. I think always on Logitechs have been very easy to. In fact, it's not just sensitive. In Gran Turismo, and this is something I should mention more actually, if you before the race in Gran Turismo, you might change your brake bias or your fuel map or something. Yeah.
Play around with stuff.
Yeah. If you do it, it kind of it's so light it can spin more. So you go back to your radar.
Yeah.
But it's still changing your setting.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So maybe that's what you mean. What was the male to female ratio at the expo? I don't think it was that bad.
Better than I expected, but I wasn't there observing it.
Would you say like 80-20?
I'd say better.
70-30?
Yeah, 70-30.
Maybe 80. Yeah, I think 70. It certainly wasn't like 98-2%.
Yeah, there was nowhere where I was trying. What's that old song?
Yeah.
There's nowhere I was thinking that. But no, it's nice to actually see that both genders are actually playing it. It
was a very grown-up expo. It's like a lot of people there, seriously trying stuff out.
There weren't a lot of children.
No, there weren't a lot of children at all. Are you going to LA, USA? No, not going to LA for that. Papa Slug just got an SRP load cell, and they made me want the CRP2. Yeah, that's what I say. I say if you can get to CRP2 levels, it's like getting to a plateau, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm really set. It's the same on Fanatec. If you could get the V3s, then you know you got the V3s.
Yeah, and you're sorted for quite a long time.
Are SimuCube products really that good? Worth the hype? Yeah, there's lots of controversy at the moment about SimuCube 3, so make sure you watch my interview with the CEO of SimuCube, where I ask him about, are they hyped too much? USB pass-through, all the big questions.
I really enjoyed using base in the wheel.
SimuCube with the telemetry effects.
Way better than I thought I would.
ABS through the wheel.
That's the bit which I asked off camera to literally every single person I could. And they were all like, no, we don't want to do that. We're not interested in that. At least with the SimuCube, it exactly felt like what I was asking all these other brands. It's like, no, we've got no interest doing this.
It was uncanny how you feel like the wheels vibrating.
Yeah, exactly.
David, you talked about Rally a lot after AC Rally. Have you checked out BeamMG? Yeah, I've got BeamMG videos on the channel. I just think BeamMG doesn't entice me as a game because it's not gamified. I don't go in and there's a menu and it's like, let's start rallying. It just doesn't look like a game to me, which is quite a big deal for me. Mad Matt's why I think Moser climbed into console and nothing. They did the R3 and then they just
we're done.
Dropped it.
See you later.
Yeah, I've no idea why. Medium, I just got my rig set up last month. I got iRacing and AT Evo. Yeah, I have an iRacing guide. So if you search iRacing guide and my name, it should come up on YouTube. I think it's 2023, but I think it still basically applies. But have a look at that and let me know in the comments of that video if it still applies. I talk about the recommended order of getting cars and tracks there, like get a
That's probably
GT3.
changed quite a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of new cars and tracks out, and obviously GT3s now have like 5 different races a week.
Yeah, do me a favour and have a look at it and let me know if we need to do a new one, because maybe that's one we can do together. Mark, do you try the Sensor Haptics? No, Sam was really encouraging me to try haptic stuff, but I just didn't have the time, and that wasn't because we were chilling. I can assure you, that's literally because we were back to back everywhere.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to try haptics. I think people are like shilling this HF8 a lot. Big things at the expo: haptics, seatbelts. I'm not sure motion's a big thing, but haptics and seatbelts.
I don't know about seatbelts. There's a couple of it, but
most of the big boy ones I tried.
Yeah, but one of the ones we
didn't
went on
work.
didn't even work.
Strapped me in, didn't even work. I don't like being strapped into a 6-point harness. Like when I'm racing a real car, it's like, okay, I'm glad I'm in a 6-point harness in case I roll. And having been racing and seen someone roll in their roll cage, and seen them how they would have lost their arms actually if they weren't properly strapped in, I respect it now. But if you tell me, I think it's a nonsense.
Yeah. Same as for me the wind motion things.
Yeah.
I think that's absolute nonsense.
I think if you have seatbelts in your rig and you just tighten them like this and that's all you do, I'm cool with it. But the whole,
like a backpack.
Yeah, like a backpack. But the whole 6-point thing is just that for me. That's the point where like, guys, what are we doing? Why is no one speaking out and saying what are we doing? Like
It's gone too far.
we're going to be laughed at. Mm-hmm. It's like people who watch the equivalent is people who watch football matches at home in their football boots and shorts and a football top. It's like
over the age of 10.
Yeah, it's like wearing football boots at home to watch the football on TV.
That's actually quite...
It's like, just go and play football.
That's a very accurate way of saying it.
And I don't care if I'm the only person saying it. I rate that. I get the seatbelts, what they're trying to do, and it's cool. But I just think, just go karting or something if you can. You know, it's like, I because we do real world racing, we get those enjoyment and those sensations from real world racing. You know, really enjoying.
Yeah, so I think maybe for us we might feel a bit different compared to someone who doesn't.
I think so, yeah.
So take what we say with a pinch of salt on that one.
We have realised that we are very different to most other sim racers and sim racing YouTubers because we race a lot. Like Sam is racing a lot. I'm racing quite a bit as well, like in the real world. Mm-hmm. When we went down to this pro event, we were the pro team. We all just basically got chased in Sam's car, jumped in the car, and we're the fastest people on track. Like it's
all three of us.
That's not to boast. It's like we actually do this. So our perspective on some things in sim racing is I think, take it for granted our experience. And
yeah. I mean, that's like one of the things I said earlier on in the stream. How me and Nathan were saying the extra force feedback to fight it.
Yeah,
you don't have that in real race cars.
Yeah.
Who do you think will have the best Black Friday deals, Moser or Fanatec? I need to replace my T300.
Just wait and see.
Literally cannot guess.
Welcome, Sean, as well. Good to see you. Thanks for the membership. Popping in with that 6-month badge. Hope you're well. Yeah, I mean, Black Friday, there's going to be a lot of shilling. So, you know, hopefully we can do a video where we're like, or a live stream. We try and do a live stream, I guess.
And go through the whole...
Yeah, go through everything.
Oh, this is worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe not that one. Could do.
And I might be working with brands to like showcase their stuff as well. But we'll try and do a stream where we can just be like, here's the pricing. I did a video recently where I tried to go through all the mid-range wheelbases, and like some of the deals are good, some are not good. Like Fanatec have some good deals and some terrible deals.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, you might get the terrible ones. Simagic or Conspit? I don't use Simagic stuff too much. I review quite a lot of Conspit stuff. Priceless app. Should I get the G920 or Moser R3 for PC and Xbox? Only race a few times a month. Even if you only race a few times a month, I think I would get the Moser. Hopefully we're back. Yeah, I think so.
I would definitely get the R3.
Yeah, personally. I would get the R3, especially if you mean G920, not G923. Yeah, thanks, Medium. Mustang, you're right. Pre-race, I tried to adjust my brake bias, and when I switched through the settings, yeah, I've never actually mentioned it. I should mention it because I'm kind of used to it now. It's that, and I have a sticky O button. It's really my only 2 points of feedback. How would you describe in detail the force feedback for Ace Tech Forte compared to Logitech Pro? Forte has a lot more graininess in it for me. So the Forte, that Asetek base,
Yeah.
so for me it's a lot more grainy. The LS50 is a lot more smooth. I know you can do stuff like natural friction and inertia and things, but it feels like, the RS50 is quite smooth force feedback. Then you have the True Force as well, which Asetek doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously a big selling point.
Have you?
Isn't it?
I'm not sure you've used the Forte that much.
I've used it once,
Okay.
and that was it.
It'd be interesting to ask you, if you had the choice, would you rather have an RS50 or that? I'd
Yes.
rather have the Forte because the Forte Formula Pro wheel is amazing. I think it's one of the best
So you'd
wheels.
rather have that purely because of the add-ons?
Yeah, because I can just pass through and everything. Thanks, Bill Bay, enjoying the DCB Masterclass. Yeah, I need to add some more people to the Discord. I need to catch up on those. I tried to do it as one because I used to do coaching, and then I don't really have time to do coaching, so I condensed it into a masterclass. But there's one bit. There's like, I don't want to give it away, but there's like a bonus bit in there that you don't know about until you buy it. So I need to catch up on that. Org should use straps, keeps me from leaning into the turns. Leaning out of the rig.
Keeps me safe in a crash.
Mark, apologies. Which wheelbases provide ABS, other vibrations into the steering wheel? So definitely the SimuCube 3. I can also say that the Moser R25 does as well. So these new kind of like...
The newer generation.
Yeah. I would say the Logitech doesn't really feel like it's going into the wheel.
No.
It feels more like the wheelbase. Godlike, I'm going from a G920 to RS50 and feel subconsciously I'm expecting a gigantic difference. Do you guys think I'm setting myself up for disappointment or the difference will be that big? I think it will be that big. I think it will be that big. From G920 to RS50, I actually think it will be that big.
It is a sizable improvement between the two. I mean, what's the age difference between them as well? Just technology-wise.
Yeah,
just technology advanced so much in that amount of time.
But let us know when you get it, that same day, write us a comment under a video. Say, hey, it's me from the stream. This is actually what I found. Because I'd be really interested to know your perspective, what you find it as. Obviously, I'm not someone who's just hyped stuff unnecessarily, but I do think it is a big difference. Any thoughts on good speaker systems for rigs? I don't really know. I'm not good on speakers.
Unless you talk about headsets.
Yeah.
Which if you're...
I imagine seatbelts fading like in Final Destination. You could definitely make a Final Destination of that. Oh no, but Final Destination just like crushes you.
Yeah, it just pulls you in. No. Like that. One of the ones I went on, the first time it pulled me back into the seat, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like, takes your breath away.
Crush your ribs.
Wasn't like really expecting it.
Yeah. Welcome Joey as well. What's your opinion on the SimJack? We've got the SimNet pedals. I think SimJack, SimNet, SimSun.
SimSun.
They're all the same, maybe. How much is that from AliExpress? I think their pedals, like, they're probably the best thing to buy from AliExpress. They're not a lot of wattage going through it. Like a wheelbase, I might be a bit like, oh, hang on a second. Pedals, yeah. Is AT Rally using Unreal 5? Yes, it is using Unreal 5. What do you think of the head pulling thing? So if they'd said to me as we were walking by, do you want to jump on? We've got a space. I don't think I would have said yes.
Yeah, I would 100% said yes.
Yeah.
Completely different opinion.
I
like the idea. I think it's outrageous. I think it's over the top, and I think it's completely unneeded. But I think for the novelty factor, it'd be nice to like drive along and like, oh yeah, I'm turning.
But to me, again, and like we're so biased here because we do a lot of karting. We're very lucky that we're able to do a lot of karting. It's like if I want to feel the sensation of driving around, I'll do it in a go-kart.
Yes, but then
to that it feels
that's not a sim for your normal people. That's a sim for progressing up the motorsport ladder.
To me, it feels like the equivalent of that thing with the headset. It's like, oh, we're going to put you in this contraption, and it like moves your legs like you're walking, and then we put you in VR and you're like walking on up a hill, and I'd be like, just walk up a hill. I'll tell
you one thing about that sim rig though.
Yeah.
I stood there and watched them set people up.
Very diligently.
And it was about 25 minutes, and it was a two-person job to set them up. It wasn't easy to do. Obviously, if you had it in your own premises, which if you do, invite me around.
Yeah, if anyone's
please, Dad. I don't know where you are. Thank you. But it's a two-man job. 25 minutes. It's excessive. You need to ruin a crash helmet to use it. So you've got to actually just completely destroy a crash helmet.
You know what? We should. I'm happy to ruin that one.
What? And I'll just stand over there and pull your head around. You can wire up to probably like an RC servo. So they're not very strong.
Yeah, that's Final Destination stuff.
Sign a disclaimer before using, please.
Welcome Dan Loki. Yeah, a lot of people talking about the differences. Mustang, I went from G923 to RS50, made a huge difference in my driving. I can actually save myself spinning out. Yeah, you may have seen in my review, I'm like, I'm more willing to send it in.
Try.
Yeah, because I'm like, and actually yesterday I had one of the best experiences yesterday on the R25 in Aestheticals Evo, where I was like, you know in karting where you chuck it in, and on the exit you kind of go like this. You kind of like.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, so let's say you know at Buttermore.
I know what you mean.
You know Buttermore Park, your first corner.
Double right.
Yeah, double right. Then you got another right hander.
Yeah.
And then you got the left hander.
Yeah.
So you kind of chuck it in, and then on the exit you kind of like.
You try and straighten it.
You try and straighten it up, and not exceed track limits and whatnot. And you're doing that because you can totally feel everything. You know exactly where you are in the car. I was able to do that in Evo, actually.
Okay.
I was able to control it like that and just feel like the grip. Like steering more with the throttle and stuff like that.
Okay. It's interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's obviously great. If you can feel that, that's a great thing to have.
I was like, so I was doing Suzuka.
Yeah.
So I was doing the Suzuka one.
Through the S's.
Just the east or west, whichever was just the S's. I was like, oh my goodness, I can really feel, like almost like skiing. I can feel this line of grip, and I'm kind of like
almost like skiing.
Yeah, because like I chucked it in, and then I'm like just counter steering like this, and it's all on the throttle.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. That's cool. And that was on the RS50.
No, that was on the R25, Moser one.
Okay.
And I was wondering, and this is what I'm going to say in the video, like whether it's because of the sustained torque. There's no drop off. So therefore, I'm in this completely sustained area, and therefore I feel like, oh, I'm actually in this. I can really just drive on a knife edge around here.
Yeah, it feels like you're more one with the thing. But then that goes back to what we were saying earlier about. I know actually, sustained would be. So you mean it doesn't like fade off through a corner?
No. So imagine going through the S's at Suzuka. Yeah. We're used to in doing like hitting my apex like this, right? Lifting, turning in, hitting the apex, lifting, dab a brake, hitting it. Here I was like turning in, and just on the throttle, I was rotating the car on the throttle to just very fine movements on the throttle.
Okay.
To push it back. Do you get what I'm
okay, sorry, I get what you It sounded like you were singing then. But yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, but so like, you know, because I was in the Alpine, so I was on, if I'm on it, it's pushing around a bit and I'm getting more rotation, then I can just ease off a bit, and I'm like, oh, I'm right in the groove here. Turn around, and again, the steering wheel's pretty. I'm not doing too much on the steering wheel. I'm doing it on the throttle. Let me try and show you. Hang on. This is risky.
Oh, don't ruin it all.
I'm going to show Sam the video. Oh, I've got a spinning circle.
Don't risk it.
I'm going to risk it. Okay. Everyone else, you're going to see this tomorrow.
I was going to say, no one's going to be able to see this.
You're going to see this tomorrow.
What about the sound? Are they going to be deafened?
Right. So this might be a run here. It's turn one at Suzuka.
I mean, no one else can see what I'm seeing here, but...
Yeah, but I don't know if you...
I can't believe you're upside down at turn one.
I don't know if you could see it, but I was basically... Anyway, it's like super sustained. I'm like, oh, I can feel everything. I'm not like having to... I'm not having to understand what's happening by making bigger movements so I can see the horizon shifting.
So you're about...
Yeah,
it's just
I could almost drive with my eyes closed, if that makes sense. I didn't need to look at what the visuals were doing. I could actually just feel it. Anyway, that's going to be very subjective. That might be quite controversial because it's all very subjective. Did either of you try the 39DD? I'm not sure we tried it this time. I think we were both on the 26. But the whole thing is just like, it's irrelevant because they turned it down in iRacing to 4 Newton. This is SimLab.
Yeah, no, it's 5. I think we were using it on.
Yeah.
So we used the 28 Newton meter base on 5, which didn't make any sense to me.
When will Moser and R25 be available? I think tomorrow. My review's coming out tomorrow, so I assume tomorrow. How does True Force and G Pro compare to Fanatec? To me, it's very similar to the Club Sport DD Plus. I've done a video on it. Do we race rentals or Pro League? We both do arrive and drive, but you're...
So, I used to race all around Europe and the world. I currently get paid to drive karts, and I need to do a bit of rental for a bit of fun, or if I'm invited. But yeah, I used to get paid. I've been national champion a few times, podium worlds and stuff like that. It's just nice.
Yeah.
In my younger days, and now my son races.
Curious to know what a Fanatec wheel feels like. Have they implemented full force yet? Yep, it's in iRacing. So, Rodman, in your opinion, besides the active pedals, who makes the best pedals? I mean, the Wave Italy ones are very well made.
Very well made. Big price. I really like, and it's probably shows because I use them. V3s. I still just love my V3s.
But you can see those Wave Italy ones going on an ImSim rig, for example, something like that. Definitely not on the Playseat Challenge. Have you used a V&M base? I haven't used a V&M base actually. We might need to get in contact because they're quite big on telemetry. I think they're out of Vietnam or Thailand.
Wow.
They're out in that sort of region. Yeah, full force only in iRacing for the moment, but coming in Project Motor Racing. Are there big and noticeable differences R21, R25? I don't know because I don't have the R21. I've just got the R25. Load cell better than hydraulic or active? I think active pedals. Hydraulics. Some people say hydraulics are gimmicky because you still have like an elastometer in there. But you know the Conspit CPP Evo pedals have a very road car like feeling with the hydraulics. Someone's deleted their message. We'll just have to guess what the comment is. 44 likes. We definitely want to get to 100 likes today. We want to start off these streams again with 100 likes.
It's been a while since you did a stream.
Yeah. And also, we didn't stream at Sim Racing Expo, and we wanted to. We always said like we're gonna have time to stream, and then time got eaten up. But what time frame are we looking at for the THRUSTMASTER upgrades? They've said 2026.
Early.
Yeah.
Q1.
I'm sure. Yeah, they did say Q1. I'm sure they would have liked to have hit holiday season. Yeah, we saw your comments, Dan. We could have gone live in our Airbnb,
but you're partying too hard.
We in the evenings. We
partying
were
far too hard.
We did say we were going to hit it hard.
Yeah, as did someone else.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I think next year, hopefully, we do some kind of meetup as well.
Frankfurt next year.
I'm going to book. Book us in. Active pedals are the way to go to Lotar. I mean, let's be real. The SimiCube active pedals, I think, are the best pedals in the world.
If you've got no worries of budget, then you'd be silly to go anything but active. If you have the budget to not get, if your budget isn't enough for active, hydraulics and load cells will fill that gap.
Yeah,
they won't be perfectly amazing as they are, but they will fill that gap nicely.
Those ones CPPs have got haptics on them. So again, haptics you can get for the ABS. I think the feeling is with active pedals, they truly feel Endgame because they also automatically adjust. So you never need to move them again. Yeah. You never need to do anything. You want to drive a Formula car, you just double click F1 car in the settings and suddenly you've got hard travel. Yeah. And I think the Fanatec system it just feels old school with the new radio ones. It just feels old school. Like you've got to go down the back of your rig and test some things and jump back in.
Like in the V3s where you had that little twisty knob which you couldn't do by hand because it's too stiff.
Oh yeah, the preloads. Yeah. Lots of questions. Are you guys interested in non-sim racing games? I've been doing a bit of Battlefield because Battlefield 2 I really liked. I've dabbled in some Battlefield 6.
I play Fall Guys with my son.
Is the TGT still worth buying today? I don't think so. Especially not now THRUSTMASTER's releasing that GT rim separately, which I think is really nice. We did a video where we hot swapped it. It's done really well.
Yep. Well, I mean, that would have been nice if I was pre-warned that was about to happen, apart from... Sam, we're changing wheels.
It's blowing up. It's blowing up on Instagram. Does Evo Rally have better FFB on tarmac than Dirt Rally and EAWRC? It's hard for me to remember Dirt Rally, but I think Evo is right up there. I'll be surprised if when Evo...
I was really impressed with Evo. Like,
when it comes out, really? I don't think the reaction is going to be like, oh, this isn't that good. Whereas with Project Motor Racing, I can see a lot of people being like, this isn't what I expected. But for me, Rally was more You said you didn't enjoy it on controller.
No, I thought it was horrendous on controller. I tried to get round the first corner, the first sector,
Yeah, but that
probably about 15 times with controller. No matter where I brake, just understeer straight off. No matter what I did.
Philly, best PlayStation option for around 700.
Well, we've had a few of those sort of questions. I don't know if you want to try.
Yeah, I have a video on it. So, Philly, if you haven't seen my video, I go to all the price points. I think RS50, DD Pro as well gets you into Fanatec. T598, just remember you're not going to have the load cell pedals for the moment. If you want to save more T598, you have to wait for the load cells. But I recently ordered the Xbox Hub. There is a PlayStation Hub, but you need to order the bundle for PlayStation. It's a bit weird. But honestly, I use the Xbox Hub on my PlayStation. All the buttons basically are the same. So
Grab it.
nah, it's alright.
Sorry, I was going to pick it up as well.
Best pedals under $1,500. I mean, the Active Pedal Pro, the one that's not the Ultimate, is about there, isn't it? What's the difference between current Thrustmaster TLCMs and new? It's just a new generation,
It's
basically.
just more modern.
The TLCMs are like one base, quite a bit difficult to mount. They move a bit more laterally.
Yeah, I mean, with the new load cell, it's what 10 years newer.
I think they're
15 years newer. So it's obviously everything's all been refined. All the materials.
Well, no, TLCMs came out like 2020, I think.
No.
I'm pretty sure the TLCMs. Let's see.
Anyway, even if it's only 5 years difference.
Yeah. You say 20 years?
No, I said 20 by accident. I said 10, and I went 10, 20, no, 15. I didn't mean 20.
I think they'll discontinue the TLCMs. Welcome, Fabian, as well. I haven't heard any YouTuber recommend Fanatec PC. I have. My Clubsport DD Plus. I was like, Full Force is great. And also if you're buying Logitech, if you use my code, if you buy it separately, you get more of a discount. Weirdly, we couldn't work that out. When is it? 2020.
I'm not talking to
20.
you. No, I'm talking to you anymore.
I remember because my Thrustmaster pedals broke in 2020, and I couldn't afford to get the TLCM, so I had to get the T3PA Pros. Will Project Motor Racing be similar to G7? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a bit less consistent. T598 or Fanatec DD Pro. It depends. Are you getting load cells in that? I think the DD Pro is better than the T598. I think the T598 is just unbeatable on pricing. That's my thoughts. Yeah, keep your comments coming in. We want to do the awards as well. We were hoping to do the awards before we went to Expo.
But we just ran out of time.
We ran out of time. We're probably actually in a better position to do awards from now because we've tried everything, spoken with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So we do want to do the awards. We're going to need your help with it. Maybe we need to get like a grand jury or something.
Grand jury?
Yeah. Got my RS50. I don't know.
Can I have the gabble?
Yeah. I got my RS50 for 556 with pedals and desk clamp. That's luckily for me, I'm Xbox. Yeah, the PS base adds £100, doesn't it? I think there's something like...
And that's with KIRETH'S code?
I think there's something like if you do loads of separate orders for everything and use my code, it takes it off everything or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some kind of hack. So
playing the system.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, Moser R25 comes out tomorrow, I believe. My review's coming out tomorrow. Oh, there's the Logitech one. But that is the PlayStation
No, I saw the one on the Carbon. Oh, that was was that the Asalith?
Yeah. Thrustmaster G6 we have in for review. So we'll be putting that through its paces. PXN, you keep asking us to review PXN, so we went out, we spoke with PXN at length.
I got a hat.
Got a hat. We went through their portfolio. We're going to get PXN for a review. So we're going to try out PXN. Crazy aggressive on price. Even more aggressive than Conspit or Moser. Like, the pricing is just...
It's baffling.
Yeah, a bit ridiculous.
I don't understand the pricing.
I think it's like pricing literally above everything else as a priority for them. I don't think it's that much cheaper for T598. That's true, yeah. When you add in a new load cell, you've got to add another €130. So you take that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's why I think they should do a version where they get rid of the clutch, just have one wider plate, Because when we spoke to them, they were
So
like,
when
this
we
bit of
spoke to
metal
them, they've
costs
got the
more.
black one, the red one, and they should just.
No, that's T818.
Very right. There's too many T's and too many
But
numbers,
they
and
kept,
eights and
they
stuff
kept,
like that.
you know, we spoke with them. They were like, oh, there was a debate about whether to do the new faceplates, and we were like, we really like the new faceplate because it's a level of premiumness. It's like, hey, your load cells, you're serious. But there was obviously a debate there because it adds cost. So you can see how focused they are on cost. And when I interviewed the guy last year, he was like, we had to meet this price point. Like that was so important for us.
That was their main aim.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, PXN were trying to
Yeah, yeah.
undercut everyone.
Yeah.
That was their aim there.
And that's been smart for them because it's been a not necessarily a no-brainer, but it's been a very compelling thing. It's like, hey, here's your direct drive wheelbase, one of the most respectable brands at a price point that is underneath its competitors. Whereas you look at what Asetek's done with Initium, it's a respectable brand. It doesn't have the history of Thrustmaster though, and it's not the cheapest.
No, and I mean anyone who uses or new into sim racing, it's just a brand which I've never heard of. Where stuff like Logitech, obviously, McLaren tie up, they see it on the Formula 1 cars all the time. THRUSTMASTER you see around and
Ferrari.
stuff.
It's no joke. Ferrari and McLaren tied up with those two. I mean, look at RevoSim. You know, they're a new brand. They're not the cheapest.
There you go. The Ferrari one.
Yeah, new Ferrari wheel coming out as well from Thrustmaster.
SF25. Very subtly different.
I'm hoping Project Motor Racing is an improvement over Project Cars. I feel like it might. I need to revisit. I downloaded Project Cars 2 again. I want to revisit it and see if it has that same handling style, where it goes lighter as you kind of turn.
Where it feels like the rear of the car's falling off from the front of the car.
Very loosely connected. Josh is using T598 with the TLC and pedals inverted. Very nice. And you got the hypercar wheel, which is divisive. I like it. Sam's
You know
not a fan.
what? We even mentioned that.
And they were like, yeah. They were like, yeah.
And they completely agree. Some of them were like, yeah, the grip's too big. Some of them were like, no, the grip's perfect. Even Thrustmaster themselves were like, we don't know where we are. We like the looks of it. Some people love it. Some people hate it. It's like Marmite, even to Thrustmaster themselves.
Mark Kenny seems like the second-hand market has taken a nosedive lately. Can't seem to give Fantech hardware away. What are you trying to sell and at what price? That's interesting. You're a bit more on the forums maybe than I am. I don't know if you're seeing on the giveaway on the local.
On the local stuff. No, everything just seems to be what I see. It's just everything's still retail price. It's 2 years old, still selling for retail. Like during COVID stuff.
Yeah, well let us know what you're trying to sell, what price, Mark. Honker, how sim is Project Motor Racing compared to ACC? I would say ACC is possibly one of the better comparison points. The thing about ACC, I feel like in my head, ACC has such a deliberate vibe to it. You know the first time you drive an ACC and you dropped in this GT3 and you go in cockpit view and it's really loud, really noisy and you go over curbs and it's got a very deliberate style
It's like
to
gets
it.
you interested, gets your attention, stuff like that.
I'm not sure whether Project Motor Racing has the same style because it's doing loads of different. Would love Logitech to release a better McLaren wheel. Yeah, I think that's. I don't even know whether that McLaren rim is available yet. I haven't asked them to review it because I just don't. I just honestly am not that personally interested in it. Have you seen?
It's just a rehash of the original one.
Yeah, with like a light.
Some extra colours in it.
Yeah, so I'm more interested in the headset. I think the headset's really cool. Those orange headset. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I spoke with Logitech were there unofficially at the Sim Racing Expo, so I had some off the record chats and I gave them my feedback. I was like, people really want to see something with McLaren, so they got that feedback.
Well, especially obviously with Thrustmaster bringing out new Ferrari wheels.
Yeah,
well.
That's exactly what Godlike's saying. Would they release a McLaren wheel on the same standards as SF1000? They need to start doing a screen then. That's a lot of technology. It's pretty interesting. Thrustmaster have a screen here, but they don't really bring it anywhere else. The screen works in GT7.
It's not something they scream and shout about either, is it?
Yeah.
They're not like, everyone look, I've got...
It's like they've obviously built the screen for it and got all the PCB and everything working. I don't know why they don't incorporate it or just build
Don't show it off more.
Yeah. Dan Loki has that light physics feeling too. Yeah, that's the vibe we got from Project Motor Racing. But you could also 100% turn the crank up the force feedback.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance
Which
to
we
play with
did.
any of the settings.
Yeah, they were people. I don't think anyone is going to understand just how hands off these things are. People might think that it's a very controlled thing. We have a 20-minute introduction to the game where they tell us about everything. They set it all up. They're standing over us. No, it was literally like,
It's like, here's
there's
your
your
seat.
rig, off you. And then they just left. They're having coffee. Like it's really.
I was eating Haribo with one of them.
Yeah, it's really like it's really not very controlled actually. The same with Thrustmaster. Like, oh yeah, here it is. You go, and then off they go. They're doing other stuff.
Yeah, they left us in the room.
I don't know if it's because they trust us particularly because we're sensible people, but it's certainly not like
Because we have beards.
yeah, it's
Very trustworthy.
It's certainly not very controlled. They haven't seen what we were going to do, so. But I don't think people are going to believe that. I don't necessarily blame people. That's the way it is. Mark, GT Mega Prime rig with single monitor mount, DD Pro. This is what you're trying to sell. That's a decent. Hang on a second. So 1,100 for the Prime rig. That retails for about 600, doesn't it? Are you including a seat in that? With the mounts, DD Pro base,
V3s.
V3s, McLaren. That's a bargain.
Maybe what you're saying is right then. If it's
You might want to just put it at 999. Yeah.
It's not £1,000.
I mean that I would. If I was moving country and I didn't have any sim stuff with me, I'd be like, yes, that's everything I need. I mean, I have the GT Mega Prime. I've got the V3s. I've got the McLaren rim. I've got a P1. I've got the DD Pro. So in fact, I've got all of those ones, and I know they're all good equipment. So, God, like no shame in having a cheaper McLaren wheel, but then also releasing a more, yeah. I think Logitech are quite conservative in price. I think McLaren are also a little bit particular to work with.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can have their basic McLaren, which we've all seen you use for 54 years, wear out the paint, stuff like that. And then a real high-end one is what they're saying. I think that's a solid way of looking at it.
Welcome, Nick King. McGurkin, do you have to book slots to use the rigs? Yeah, we book slots. So before I went, I had my schedule was already everything booked. I don't leave anything to chance there because I owe it to you guys to really get as much content. And well, Sam can say like we.
My feet hurt still, and it's been a long time.
I don't go there to chill. Basically, I go there to get as much content and interviews and stuff as I can.
My feet hurt and my knees hurt.
Stuff coming on the channel: SimuCube interview with CEO of SimuCube, interview coming with CEO of Ace Tech. That was explosive. Interview coming with CEO of iRacing with Max Verstappen's wheel making it. Unofficially making an appearance.
Maybe the cameraman might have accidentally got a bit.
When that comes out, if you see Max Verstappen's wheel, write it in the comments because it's not meant to be there. A little bit of an Easter egg. Couple of videos coming on the load cells, some deep dives on the load cells as well.
New brand. Have you released that video yet?
Which one?
Going hard.
Thermaltake showcase. They invited us, so that's a showcase one. RevoSim as well. What else have we got? Loads of other stuff as well. Lots and lots of stuff. Rensport Creator Cup as well. With the Rensport Creator Cup, so a video on that. With the seat, not a single. Where are you posting that? That is. Can we break this down? £1,100. I'm pretty sure on GT Mega that costs about a minimum of $650 for that rig and the seat. It's probably more. Let's say $650. The McLaren's
Don't buy it. Go.
The McLaren's
Leave me here now. Go.
McLaren's £200. That's $850. The P1's £200. No, the P1's a bit less. Let's call it $150. So that's $950. The V3 pedals are what? $350?
I don't know what they go for. I have no idea. It's been a while.
Let's say they're $300. That's $1,250. Let's leave the QR out of it. So then you've got that's without your base. It's $1,250. The base itself is what, $400 or $450 or something. So that's $1,650, and then the monitor mount. So I reckon it's about £1,700 worth of stuff brand new. Let me know how close I got.
And to be fair, with you saying about
any
the
other sim
market,
racing YouTuber can do that. I'd like to meet them. Yeah.
With Mark saying about the market falling, like nosediving, could be the fact that there's so much stuff. Sim racing is now such a popular.
People are cycling through stuff.
Cycling through. Black Friday's coming up, Christmas is coming up, stuff like that. But also sim racing now is so popular in general that there's more people who've got the stuff, which means there's always more second-hand stuff on the market.
Yeah.
Which is going to drive. 10 years ago, hardly anyone would have been.
But this is what I said to the Ace Tech CEO, because they're like with it. You can start with Initium, and then you can upgrade everything, upgrade the load cell, upgrade. And I said to him, that's great, but I honestly don't think people are just going to buy something and then sell it and move on, sell it and upgrade. I don't think
there's no brand loyalty.
Yeah,
and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
generally,
it's
not
a bit
bad
like, this is a pretty stupid analogy, but let's say you start out with a car, people are going to be like, well, I'll sell that and get an upgrade. I'm not going to modify it. I'm not going to add a turbo to it.
Yeah.
That, I don't think we just generally have that mentality. I mean, some people will, obviously. But I think that's a niche mentality.
Yeah, and you might do, obviously, you do the little bits and pieces, but
Yeah.
to do an actual vast change,
Yeah.
why would I do that when I can just go buy?
And also, people like the idea of, I'm going to buy something new. So you sell it, get some money, buy something new. I actually think that's missing from a lot of racing games. The idea that I'm going to sell this car in the game and use the funds to buy something new. No, in all seriousness, like in the original GT games and stuff like that, when credits were hard to come by. Is there new wheels coming soon for Logitech? Not that I can say. Dan Loki, appreciate you guys doing this. Out of 5, what do you give Project Motor Racing? Honestly, probably a 3 for me. Welcome Nez and Ting as well. Thanks for the membership.
3.
Flashing that 6-month badge. Yeah, what do we rate Project Motor? In fact, we'll say, let Sam say it, and then you also, everyone write in the comments what you would rate Project Motor Racing from what you've seen.
Graphics are great. It's a sim. It's a replicate racing. I'm going to say 2 or 3 for me, because it just didn't feel like the car was connected. I've said it, and I'm happy to say it on the stream because I have no bias on it. It felt like the front and the back of the car were two completely different cars. I said it to the developers. I've said it to you. I've said it to the stream now. They're completely different cars. It made no sense.
So I don't think, and I don't think that we played enough Project Motor Racing.
Also, yeah, we only had
but I
10
think
minutes.
We can be very honest about our experience of playing it on that setup. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some kind of pre-release code relatively soon
just
and test it out properly or dialed in. My thing would be like, I don't know what's a good way. You know, like I don't. Have you played the F1 Manager games?
I love that.
F1 Manager.
Yeah.
So you know, like when you do the setup in F1 Manager, there's this wide potential window of where the actual setup is.
Yeah, and it gradually gets narrower.
I feel like right now my potential window for Project Motor Racing is quite wide. It could still be really good, but it could also still be not very good. So that's kind of, I'm trying to communicate like that's where
and I mean to anyone
who's
listening to us here talk about it, I would say as well, you had 15 minutes, I had 10 minutes maybe on a stock setup.
Quite a lot, about 40 minutes. My recording.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You had a lot of time. I didn't have as much as you, but we were still on stock setup on rigs we don't use ourselves. Wheelbases we don't use ourselves. We haven't set up for our car. We don't know what it was.
We didn't change any wheelbase setup.
Nothing was changed at all.
Setup. Yeah.
So nothing was dialed in for us. So I'm saying it's a low rating for me personally, but the pedals might have been how I don't like it, or the wheelbase might have been too stiff.
We're a little bit sus about the wheel rotation, and it could be the case that the previous reviewer or you was just messing around with stuff.
It could be anything.
And when I was on Rensport in the Creator Cup, I went to do my qualifying lap, and I couldn't go around La Source. I just kept spinning because I'd realised later the TC being turned off. Yeah, so I would do that. I mean, I would do 3 out of 5, but I would say it could go to a 4 out of 5 for me. It probably also could go to a 2 out of 5 for me, because if that is the experience, and I would say it's 2. But if it's like, oh yeah, you need to just heat your tires up, or
if there's stuff
you
we're
need to dial
missing,
it, then it could easily be a 4.
Yeah.
So like I would say it's in that range, but I'm not gonna commit to either a 4 or a 2 because I just don't know. What I wouldn't do is I wouldn't be blindly saying this is amazing, and I wouldn't be blindly saying this is really not very good. I just don't think we've had enough.
And I think that's one of the good things about our lives. It's very honest, and I'm just saying.
Well, actually, have you checked the script lately, Sam? Because I think you're going a bit off script.
Leave that there. Sorry, we love it. No, it's very honest, and it's just saying our opinions.
It's the easiest way to be, because then you can ask us questions, and we're not trying to second guess stuff. But yeah, it was really interesting to drive it, and we did the Porsche car, which I originally thought must be a cup car because I thought surely there's no TC, because that's the experience I had with Evo last year, where I was driving the cup car in Evo, and those cup cars are like a little bit funny, like with lift off oversteer and stuff like that. But no, it was a 911 GT3, and then I deliberately chose the AMG at Silverstone.
The orange one.
Yeah, and
that's the one I drove.
I'm just a little bit suspicious about the understeer. You know, like after Village, when you go onto the not Wellington Straight. What is it? Wellington Straight.
Yeah.
When you go into Wellington Straight, we just always just run wide on the exit.
I can.
Yeah.
You
So-
watched me go through that,
Yeah.
and I could not even challenge that apex
Yeah.
curb. It wasn't even near.
So I'm a bit suspicious about the wheel rotation. I would say, if they had set the wheel rotation up wrong, that is also a black mark, because you should try and set it correctly. But I just don't know. There could have been someone before me who's messing. You know, they were just going through all the
Could be
settings,
anything.
which legitimately. But yeah, and I respect them for just telling us, here's a rig, you can try it,
And also, when I spoke to them, they were more than happy for feedback. They took on board what we said, and I believe we weren't the only people to have mentioned that.
I really would hope we were not the only people. I hope people aren't just going to be
From
like,
the guy
want
I
to make a
spoke
hype
to
video.
said we wasn't the only people who mentioned that.
Okay.
There was other people who had the same opinions.
Yeah, but there's a big battle coming up with Rennsport and Project Motor Racing. And yeah, I mean, Rennsport's approach was different. Rennsport invited a load of creators like myself, like Gamer Muscle, Daniel Morad, to do a Creator Cup. I'm going to do a video on it. I think Gamer Muscle video came out today. So they had a much more controlled approach to it, which also actually ended up being chaotic. Because of like, we'd suddenly be doing 2 races, and then like we're waiting for ages.
Can I ask something about your video?
Yeah.
Are you going to show your donuts?
Yeah, I will do.
Good.
Because
That's all I care about. That's also another time I sat and ate my sandwiches, by the way, is when he was doing that.
Should I cancel my pre-order? I'm going to order special edition. I mean, so it's kind of like I don't think it's.
I don't want to tell you not to buy
I don't
it.
It's nice when you pre-order something. It's nice that you're excited, and so I don't want to say don't do it out of like, oh, why are you pre-ordering? I think it's completely up to you. I just like, these are my honest. If you want my opinion, it could be in this range. I would strongly suspect they're going to be doing a lot of updating and patching early on.
Yes.
And even Gran Turismo 7 was like that. Gran Turismo 7 came out, and I remember being at Suzuka, and I made videos on it. I'm like, the transition out of oversteer is very difficult. Because basically, let's say you're going into turn 1 at Suzuka.
Yeah.
So let's say the back end starts to come around a little bit, which is fine because you want to be in like a little bit of a slip. You want to be aggressive around turn 1. Definitely don't want to be understeering off. But once you get that little bit of oversteer, it was basically impossible to just gently slide it back in. You were just in an oversteer thing, so you would just oscillate. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to gently get it back in. And then they changed it and made it much more understeery. So actually, the meta at the beginning was not to be in MR cars because MR cars are inherently more oversteery, and it was just slower when you're in this oversteer because you're not laying down the traction. So I said, well, you should really be driving in FR cars. Then they made the game more understeery, and MR cars became more viable again. This is all stuff 3 years ago. GT7, I've created basically every video you could possibly create on GT7, I'm pretty sure.
Milked it.
Yeah, to death. Does anyone know what Cinemagic active pedals? No, but it's like...
To death.
Yeah, I'm still a young guy, but it's like, I honestly feel like on GT7, we did a track guide for basically every track. We did a guide video for basically everything. We did all sorts of videos that, when this was a much smaller channel, like a lot of people haven't seen, like cheap car challenges, breaking world records, top speed challenges, glitches, covering all the big updates like 120 hertz mode, Sophie, all these kind of things. Like literally, people say in my Discord, oh, does anyone know how to do this? And I literally in 10 seconds I could just put them a link to a video I've done. So I'm quite impressed that I've managed to do that. And if I was more of a boring YouTuber, I think I would just recycle these ideas. I've just
redo it every year.
Yeah, I've just done them. It's like the iRacing guide from 2023. I probably every year should redo it. Does the Fanatec DD Pro power block work with DD Extreme? I don't know. I think the wheels are interchangeable though. Yeah, Gamer Muscle was in Moser Pit House, which I was like, because I was like, I don't really like my force feedback here. I can't really feel anything. I had no TC and I couldn't feel anything. And Gamer Muscle's in Moser Pit House, like adjusting
Pointing
like
that
the
out,
force
and I was
feedback.
like, he's got a keyboard there, and he was like, I'm
It
just getting
is
my
smart, to be
sandwich.
fair. I think he did podium. No, we don't have any idea on the Cinematic active brake pedal. Lee, I've got a sneaky feeling Full Force will come back in Spec 3. I spoke to Fantech Dude and he said it's going to come soon, GT7. So
He might be right for Spec 3.
yeah, he also dropped some kind of hint about active pedals as well. Mustang had something silly happen to me. My RS50 died on me twice. Make sure your power cord is all the way in the wall outlet. Yeah, always.
Safety first.
Safety first. As you can't see the power, the cable situation here, but
Probably for the best.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, keep your questions coming in. First stream back for a while.
60 likes, though.
Yeah, let us know what you want to see as well, because the stream we did on the RS50 where you on the rig did very well.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can do Truck Simulator, we can set up a wheel here. There's enough space here, we can set a wheel and pedals on the table.
Truck Simulator, big rig. I can just sit there
With the
and
horn.
just drive around.
We get a horn on this. So we can do that. We can both be sat here. We can potentially both be sat on rigs. We've got another camera as well. Should we turn on the other camera?
No. Oh, God. There it is.
Another camera. There's many things we can add to this.
You know, it's been so long since I've been here.
Yeah.
I've been sat here waiting,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out. I can't actually spot the camera over there.
Which camera?
That one.
It's
It's the one in the screen, isn't it?
yeah, there's a camera
Okay.
in the screen.
So I've been looking the whole time. Like, I can't spot the camera.
Has Rensport shown its AI yet? I think either. Yeah, didn't maybe. Yeah, I haven't driven it personally. I think they may have done it. Can't wait for Euro Truck Simulator 2 to arrive on Xbox. Yeah, they delayed it actually. So, oh, this is sponsored by the Premier League.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. On open.
Just randomly.
Yeah.
Just randomly talk about Coke Zero there. Other brands available.
We're waiting. We caught the end of the chat. Now's the time to get us with your questions. Hopefully, well, actually, next Wednesday, maybe not.
What's happening next Wednesday?
Well,
Oh.
I might be tied up.
Yeah.
We'll see. But hopefully, we can bring these back like really consistently on timing. You can
I
come with your
enjoy doing it, and obviously you've had comments of people saying, "Where is it? We've missed it," and
questions.
stuff like that. I miss Sam. Why is he so bald? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I enjoy doing
And
it.
I would like to take it live as well. Like I really regret we were not able to go live at Expo. We had all the gear. Will you go live at Kartmania?
No, I've got a stall.
Okay.
I've got a
You
stall.
could have a
I could
TikTok
have-
live on it.
You know, like they do with like the Pokemon cards. So people
Yeah.
sell the I could do that, couldn't I?
Yeah.
People will not be interested. But I could do that. But also, I don't know what reception's like in the Silverstone garages.
New gloves as well. That's not like.
On camera?
Yeah. Actually, no. I should do. Hang on. Oh, the camera's frozen. Okay.
That's that.
Oh, that's probably what that sound was. I don't know. It's here. Can't use a mouse anymore. Look at this. Double action. If you do a burnout or the motor blows up, will it blow smoke at my sim rig? You know what? That's a new frontier actually that we should do.
What?
Let's
sit
have a
there.
little, have a little oil diffuser connected to something. So like,
Ooh, that sounds
as you
nice.
rev the engine,
Burning
Okay,
rubber
imagine-
smell.
imagine two-stroke. Like, would that be difficult to have a bit of two-stroke, just a little bit, just to release the
Just a bit of castor oil
Yeah,
mixed
yeah.
into something.
yeah, and burning tires as well. Honestly, save that comment because we'll go to Sim Racing Expo in 2 years, and it'll be all like, oh yeah, this is a new like smell box. It'll be the new, it'll be,
150.
yeah, it'll be the new haptics. Everyone's like, there'll be like some measurement of smell. That's like, like Scoville.
Like decibels, but
Decibels,
obviously
like,
not
yeah.
sound.
Do you need like a 1,000 decibel like smell? Is it too much? Like, there's gonna be all people like shilling it.
So I was going to say what that actually is called. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
there
just
must be a
really
thing.
stupid here.
It's Speaking of gloves, would any of you know some gloves with big hands?
I have tiny hands. So
Sam's really into the gloves at the moment. You've been speaking with a few manufacturers.
a few brands. I have little hands, but as someone who uses a lot of gloves for real, Alpine Star are pretty solid options all the time. Use a lot of their stuff.
You rate Sparko or not?
I'm not a fan of Sparko stuff. Torx is good. And IMB I've actually quite enjoyed using as well. But I only have little hands, so stretch them over large meat sausages, King Charles's. I have no idea.
What is Jeff?
Why are you trying to chuck some gang signs?
Anyway, I like these ones.
Game Over Racing says no to the smell box. You've already done it.
Okay. But honestly, I can see as people try and push these new frontiers, that being something.
Or just something completely random.
Yeah, something that like blurs your vision as well.
Can I? Let's see. Do they do smelly, like burning rubber oil incense?
They must do. What's the Moser equivalent of my Fanatec DD Plus? Is that the CSL? I get really confused with Fanatec's naming. CSL DD Plus or Club Sport DD Plus? What is that? The 8 Newton meter basically. The Moser equivalent is the R9 or the Logitech RS50, Ace-Tech Ignition, RevoSim as well. Oh, the 50 Newton meter one. Then you're looking at R16, but I think the R21 is probably going to be a similar price to the R16. Working Paul Dalton as well.
The candlemakerstore.com sell burning rubber smelling candles.
But you got to light the candle every time.
Yeah, but then you can have like
that's sick actually.
No, it
automatically lights
it. No, the little wind sim which you turn on and just.
So you have an ignition and the wind sim.
Yeah,
so
it just blows burning rubber at you every time you burn your tires up to 150.
But you have degrees. You have like loads of different candles of different scents, right? And it moves across. Yeah. We're looking forward to Rennsport or Project Motor Racing. Honestly, I think I'm looking forward to more than both of them. Projects, they're all the same name now. Endurance Motorsport Series, the one where you can manage and drive.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be some fresh things in the space.
And I'm also looking forward to Wreckfest too.
Yeah. Waiting for the head kick, and when you been in T1, you get volleyed inside of the head. It's all
volleyed.
In all seriousness, so like, I think it'll probably be a YouTuber. I think someone's going to get injured in sim racing. I think it's going to be someone on a big wheelbase who breaks their wrists.
100%.
Because we all know. Have you broken your ribs in karting?
A lot.
I've never broken my ribs.
I have.
Okay.
Hurts a lot. I've done both my wrists in karting.
So you're better to talk about this, but like in karting, it's quite easy to break your ribs.
Yes, very.
Do you wear rib protectors?
I do. I never used to. Broke my ribs once.
Yeah.
At National, and it was horrendous pain. Ever since then, I've always.
You're not in an insert.
You don't get inserts in proper car.
Oh really?
No. You literally have a foam seat.
Oh okay. In your tillet thing.
Not a foam seat. You have a fiberglass seat.
That's molded.
And that's it. Yeah. Well, you can fit padding.
But it's not like an XL that you get in rentals. Basically,
you get it to fit you.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
it. Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
So it's the same shape, but it's also harder than the rubber.
Yeah. So it's a lot stiffer. There's nowhere near as much flex in it. So there's no comfort. But the whole idea is it holds you tight. Mm-hmm. You don't want the movement around. And because it's got like a rolled edge, your ribs very easy just
in between.
It does. And I broke a rib at Raura, and it was horrendous. And I didn't even want to. It was when I was a factory driver.
Yeah.
It's like, let's go test this. I was like, no, we're on the pace. I don't want to test it. Let's just chill out now. We're done for the day. It was the last step. It was like, just go test it. 5 laps, come in, we're done.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to. He talked me into it. I did 4 laps and I broke my ribs. And then for the rest of the weekend, I was driving around so slowly because you can barely.
Oh, okay.
You don't realise. I know it sounds really stupid. You don't realise how much you breathe until you hurt your ribs. Same as you don't realise how much you use your fingers until you cut your hand. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous and it's just an absolute nightmare. But going back to what you're saying, I can generally see people breaking wrists and stuff like that with these stupid high.
I've had a few moments where.
Well, I had that at the expo, didn't I? And it gave me that hands-off warning.
Yeah, which rig was that?
The Sim Magic. No.
Simuki? No.
No, it wasn't Simuki.
Someone was like, "Oh yeah, it's got the hands-off."
The hands-off one.
Yeah.
And that snagged my wrist.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I've had it a few times. Something that really stuck with me is I was interviewing Taylor Barnard last year, or this year, I lose track. Basically, he was in Formula E, and he was like, he got spun out and he was waiting to rejoin the traffic. Like the whole field's going through. And I was like, oh, you could have gone. There was enough space. He was like, yeah, but if I went like this and someone hit me, I would have broken my wrist. Yeah. He was like, I just would have broken them. And people break their wrists in Formula E quite a lot. So the force, when you're going up to a 25 or 39, I feel like we have an ethical, and you'll see this in my review tomorrow, I feel like we have an ethical duty to say, do not buy this wheelbase, put it 100% and 100% in game. Do not do that.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
And also, I get a bit of heat because often I will turn down the wheelbase in the wheelbase settings. So with the Acertech, I just turn it down in Race Hub, and people say, oh, you're not getting the full experience because there's going to be more clipping and you should have it 100. It's like, yes, and when I review stuff properly, like yesterday, I do that. But for ultimately, if you're running it 100% in your wheelbase software, you run the risk of your sim messing up. Yeah, and then you got broken wrists. Especially when you're locked in.
Oh, especially with some of the new. I mean, that one's. Yeah, with the FSI, it's not exactly a huge.
I remember when Gran Turismo broke their force feedback earlier this year, I was certain my G Pro could have broken my wrist. Gran Turismo messed it up, and suddenly the G Pro was like all over the shop, and you're like, this is no joke. Like, there's a lot of leverage on it, even though the shaft is quite, there's no leverage. But when you add this GT wheel, and it's moving around like this. And then they oscillate more. They oscillate more when you go hands off as well. So it's just like you're trying to release pressure and it oscillates more. So like when I crashed in a sim, I hold on to the wheel.
Which, if
you wouldn't do in real life.
In real life, you would not.
Yeah.
But I've seen obviously someone in the karting sort of side, so many people giving advice. Oh, if you crash a go-kart, make sure you take your hands off the wheel. No, that's absolutely ridiculous. Because
then you're just going
to smash your chest into a wheel.
But I think I've seen in sim racing, a lot of sim racers go for a crash, take their hands off the wheel and go like, oh, like a...
Yeah, so it doesn't look great. They want to be dramatic.
Yeah, they want to be dramatic. And then the wheel's going like crazy because oscillating. So if I'm going to crash, my settings are set, I'm going to hold it and crash. And then come off.
Also, there's been a lot of comments while we've been chatting here.
So
you can actually scroll up.
Game Over saying, I broke my thumb on my rig. Let us know what happened there. I want to hear that story. Could you explain why people are so skeptical of Ian Bell? Because he has Project Cars 3. That's Project Cars 3. Also, Project Cars 1 was a bit controversial. The way they crowdfunded it. I think they got told off by the UK financial regulator, if I remember. I wouldn't say to anyone cancel or pre-order on basis of what we're saying. Or I'll speak for me. It could still be in this range. And again, I say this in the video that's going to come out probably day after tomorrow now, where I say everyone is different in sim racing. We spoke about this quite a bit, or I did, about sim racing as some people want immersion, some people want fun.
Yeah.
So I think some people are going to want a really challenging sim, and some people are going to want to jump on and drive and not have to worry why am I spinning.
Both ways are right.
Yeah, exactly.
To each individual
But I
person.
don't think a game can really cater for both. Gran Turismo doesn't really cater for that hardcore crowd. Gran Turismo, in my view, really caters for people who like wheel-to-wheel racing.
Want to get on.
Yeah.
Busy day at work. Want to get on.
Exactly.
Don't want to have to spend hours on setups and stuff like that. You want to bang. I'm in a race within 5 minutes.
So what type of game is Project Motor Racing? I don't think we really know in that regard.
But yeah, Gran Turismo is for people who want to just get on, race, go hang out with your family.
Yeah. Get in, race, get out. As quick as possible. We'll try and check it out. Game Over. We have some ideas for stuff we want to do in the near future as well with sim rigs. Always exciting content ideas. Yeah, we've been going for 1 hour 24 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes of quick fire questions. It's been good to be back. So any questions, quick fire questions, put in the chat.
And what did you think of my camera work?
Renovatio is going to pre-order PMR, but after finding out it doesn't support triple screens, no chance. No triples, no VR at launch, I think. Do you recommend the Mose and booster? I've used it. I think it's fine.
I've never used it. I'd like to.
I don't think it's as good as the active pedal, partly because of SimiCube Tuner. I think it's better than Moser Pit House. But I think if you're on CRP2s and you've got the money, it's a great addition. What can Rensport do to repair its reputation? I think it can come out, be polished, have no bugs, handle the servers well, and just basically play to its strengths and have stacked lobbies of GT3s at Spa. I genuinely think Rensport might ironically be one of the best GT3 at Spa simulators. So people are saying, why do we need another sim where we're just going to drive GT at Spas? But I actually think, and you can see my videos on it, that it's very good at GT3s at Spa. So if you can just... There's so many ways it could go wrong as well.
There's so much competition with GT3s at Spa and at Daytona and at Sebring. There's so many. Nearly every game's got it. Yeah. And to be up there, it's just going to be an absolute...
I'm worried as well for
lucky dog.
Fragmentation. Like, there's part of me that's... Even though we're very pro competition in sim racing, there's part of me that's like, it would be great still if like you knew that 8 o'clock on a Friday it's a big GT3 split on iRacing and everyone's kind of there. You think SF25 will have backlit buttons? No, we've seen it. It doesn't. What downgrades do you think LMU will have? I think LMU are probably watching and seeing what happens with Rensport and Project Motor Racing.
I think they could be interested in Project Motor Racing massively.
Seeing what happens.
Seeing what they need to compare against. Getting like a benchmark, essentially.
Yeah. Right. Any more quick-fire questions, put them in. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up and see you in the next one. We'll be probably at some point we'll be reviewing that Thermaltake G6. Be interesting. Be also good to review that Thermaltake wheel with a screen with cube because if that's serious, that's quite interesting.
That green one.
Yeah, the one with the green buttons, and also those pedals look very interesting as well.
Really like that.
Jasper F12, hi Kira, thanks for answering my question the other day. No problem. That's what we do. That's what we're literally here to do. Like, just answering questions.
That's the whole point of this live.
I think Dan Loki's comment pretty much encapsulates why Project Motor Racing has a good chance of success, which is I just want something on PS5 that's not GT7. I think completely fair enough. Yeah. GT7 came out more than 3 years ago. And I've put in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Very valid point, yes. It's glad that we're back as well.
Nice. How's your day going? My day's not going too bad.
It's been alright. I got wet at work, but now I'm not.
Game, I raced with 18 Nm and I tried to put my gloves. This is, you broke your thumb. I tried to put on my gloves while I was racing. What really annoys me in Sims...
Is that you can't put on your gloves while you're just cruising down the pit lane.
How do you know I was going to say that?
Because it drives me insane. You're going down the pit lane.
It's like...
It drives me insane as well.
Can we just... Everyone just stop a second. You are using the mouse and everything without you just being on your phone. You click drive.
Yep.
So we are obviously going to put on our gloves as we're going down the pit lane. That's something that in sim racing you wouldn't. But in sim racing you're wearing... In real racing you're wearing Nomex. You've got your boots on. You've got your gloves on. You've got your helmet on.
You've got radio
but
anyway.
In sim racing we're going to do that. So just in the pit lane... Or when you're rolling up, just lower that force rebar artificially so it can't do that.
Exactly how I knew what you were about to say, because it drives me insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Especially when you're on big boy equipment. When I'm using the Asher wheel, for all of the strengths of the Asher wheel, the billet aluminium, that turns it into a weapon.
It does. So, I mean, I'm trying to drive down the pit lane, trying to hold my wheel, my elbow while I try and put a glove on. And now I've got the other hand now.
I saw Charles Leclerc taking a call, and he's one-handed, so he's like reaching around like that, and then he's on the phone like that. It's pretty crazy.
There's some guy, and I can't remember it, and he got banned, and I'm sure someone in your chat will know. A real
Daniel Apps.
No else. Santiago got caught being on his phone in one of the British paddocks while driving a
real car.
Yeah, driving a single seater through the paddock, so not on the track, but through while actually on his phone, like texting on his phone. I can't remember who it was.
Any more updates on price and new energy wheelbase? I think they're out. It's $900, I think, for the R25, I believe. I think the prices are out. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. We'll be back next time. Please keep demanding these streams. Let us know in the comments. Please hype the videos as well. If you're on a phone that has high ping, my phone doesn't have high ping.
I don't even know where it is.
Okay. But if you have high ping, please hype the videos. Some of the videos now are collaboration, so I think they show on your channel or something.
Just one.
Okay.
The big walk around 45-minute interview.
Okay. Need to add you to the one where we got taken out by the Cupra. But yeah, so you have all the links there as well. And yeah, we appreciate your support. We want to keep doing these. We want to make them bigger. We want to be answering questions from loads of people all around the world, and just like having a space where people can just ask questions. There's no stupid questions. We say how it is. You ask us more questions.
As I think we displayed today.
Yeah, and we hear from you as well, which is also really important because we actually go fly around and we see people who make this equipment and make these. BDA Tactic Shifter, didn't get to use it. It was broken when I had my slot.
Watch this page.
Watch the space. We're probably going to go and see them. So spend a bit of time, and that's actually a product I would really like to have a review unit for down the line to spend quite a bit of time with. Great. Thanks, Blacker. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. I'm going to end the stream here. And yeah, we'll see you. It's no F1 this weekend, is there? It's been too much F1. We'll see you.